Once upon a time, there was a little dwarf named Derek. Everyone called him Derek the dwarf because he was small but kind to everyone he met. One morning, something sad happened. Derek was told to leave the woods where he had lived for 20 years. The trees said they didn't like his voice because it was too high-pitched. Derek felt very sad and didn't know where to go. So he packed up his things and left the forest behind. As he walked down the road, he came to a fork. Should he go left or should he go right? The path on the left looked perfect, with butterflies fluttering and colorful flowers blooming everywhere. But the path on the right looked dark and a little scary. Even though the butterfly path seemed nicer, Derek had a feeling he might not be welcome there either. So he bravely chose to go down the dark and spooky road. When Derek reached the shadowy forest, he took a deep breath and stepped inside, gathering all his courage. At first, it felt scary, but as he wandered deeper, he realized it wasn't so bad after all. The forest was full of amazing things: bright mushrooms, tall oak trees, and fresh-smelling plants. Fireflies lit his way as dusk began to fall. Suddenly, Derek heard a noise. He turned around, but he didn't see anything. He kept walking. Then, a little further on, he heard it again. What could it be? And then when he looked back, he saw something incredible. Standing before him was a giant, beautiful unicorn. But this unicorn wasn't like any he had heard of before. It had one big eye right in the middle of its head. Derek was amazed. The unicorn was tall, white, and looked very powerful. It looked down at Derek and said, "My name is Steve. What are you doing in my forest?" Derek was scared, but he was honest. He said in his high-pitched voice, "My name is Derek, and I'm a dwarf. I was banished from my woods and I'm looking for a new home." Steve the unicorn looked Derek over carefully and thought for a very, very long time. Derek grew nervous. What if he wasn't allowed to stay here? Where would he go? Finally, Steve smiled and said, "You may stay." Then Steve turned and just walked away. Derek was surprised, but so happy he almost danced with joy. He kept walking and found a cozy clearing bathed in moonlight and made his bed under a beautiful tree. Looking up at the shining stars and a glowing moon, Derek felt safe and sleepy. He smiled and drifted off, happy to have found a new home.